Hi, everybody. My name is Danielle Leviston. I am the owner and artist of Painting and Poppin' Traveling Paint Parties LLC. I'm very excited to come to you today and do a little business talk today. So, Painting and Poppin' Traveling Paint Parties LLC is a business I created almost 6 years ago. Wow. So, uh, basically, what I do is I will come and teach you and your friends or family how to paint. So, you might have, also heard of paint parties being paint and sips. So, that's what I do. I also create paint kits. I do a lot of different things within that business. And some in my head, I haven't quite done it yet, right? But I'm going to get to it eventually. But I already have my YouTube channel created. I have a few videos on, but I really want to help people and educate people, those who have not taken that step yet to start their small businesses. So if you are someone or you consider yourself someone who you have an idea for a small business, you're interested, but you just don't know where to start, especially if it's a creative based business like a paint party business, or let's say that you're a ceramicist and you want to do it that way, right? Or maybe you're a designer, maybe you spray paint, maybe you make jewelry. I've made jewelry before, and you're trying to figure out how to do this whole thing and navigate this whole thing. This will be the channel to watch. If you're not a creative based business, or I'm sorry, if you don't have an idea for a creative based business, I think that my channel and my services, because I do plan on coaching in the near future, but you still might find this channel beneficial. So I encourage you to watch as well. So, um, like I said, I've only been in business. I don't want to say only, right? But I've been in business for 6 years. There's things I'm still learning, but I am very knowledgeable about getting clients, being present on social media, organizing events, planning events, right? Things like this. So if you find yourself like, maybe I need to listen to this person, then again, my channel would be the channel to watch. So we'll see how this channel expands. I have some different ideas. Um, yeah, I might break some of my ideas into different channels, so we'll see with that. I'll definitely be posting different categories on this channel eventually at some point. Not sure if I'll do some live streaming. Maybe I will. We'll see. Maybe I'll have some guests. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I definitely want to educate those of you who are in need of information. And I'm a good time most of the time. So you'll probably get some laughs in while you're watching this channel as well. Um, so yeah, you know what? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So today's topic, I really just want to address how to get started. I have friends, I have, people I know who ask me, Danielle, how did you get started with your business? What did you do? How, like, did you file your LLC? Did you do this? Did you get registered? Did you join this organization, this business organization? Did you pay this fee to learn this? Did you do that? Did you do that? I didn't do any of that. Okay? So, I did things later, right? So of course I'm licensed now, so I did eventually file for licensing. I decided to do um I started the LLC, the limited liability company licensing. Could have did sole proprietorship, I'm sure. So that's, we can later on, we'll talk about differences and things like that if you don't need that information. But I guess I didn't follow the typical path that people think they need to follow. And there are some reasons for that. So I just want to address some of that in the video. And I'm going to give you my tips on how you should get started with your small creative based business, or, your just small business in general. Because I think this information can transcend different areas of expertise. We'll say that, okay? So I think I have three main things I want to address, and some of them will kind of overlap. But the first is do some preliminary research. There's somebody out there with a YouTube channel, especially now. When I started my business, and let me get to it first. There's somebody out there with a YouTube channel or a blog or, well, I won't say TikTok because I think that's going to get banned pretty soon. Or an Instagram or a Facebook, maybe a Facebook page. I don't know about Facebook. Definitely Instagram. That is doing what you do. And they might be in consulting, they might be like coaching, so you may not be able to get specifics without paying for maybe sitting down with that person. But if they have a YouTube channel and they're putting the information out on that, then you have kind of a blueprint or template to work with from there. So back in 2019, when I started my business, there wasn't a lot out there on paint parties. There's one main influencer who I follow and got a lot of my inspiration from. And then I had to like dig on YouTube. There were not people on YouTube actually like painting and showing their paint parties. So that's something that I plan on tapping into. So I think that's kind of where to start. So let me be clear as well. This particular video is for someone who already has an idea, who just doesn't know where to start. So we'll start there. Now, if you're trying to get inspired, that'll be a different video. So figuring out what you want to do, I think that's a different video. But do your research on what it is you want to do. Okay? And maybe there's a gap. And that's even better, right? Because that means you would be like the number one expert if you start doing what it is you want to do. But there may be somebody who is out there who does something similar to you in what you do. So let's say I was a ceramicist and I wanted to do, I wanted to make clay pieces with people at these parties instead of painting. I could follow like my channel, right? And then I can, somewhat, I could just replace the painting part with the ceramics, and of course I would need clay instead of canvases. So that, I hope that makes sense. But do your preliminary research. Like I went to a painting tip. For the longest time I was against painting tips. going to paint. I'll get on that and everything, how I started. I don't know if I'm gonna address that in this video, but yeah, so that's what I would say. Do your research. You don't necessarily have to do the research on the legalities of it. Unless you're somebody who, like, if you want to be a therapist and you're trying to provide therapy, then of course you have to be a licensed therapist, right? So, like a massage therapist, if you're trying to start your business, you have to get those, type of certificates and things. But if this is something where, like, if your idea is something where you don't have to be licensed, you don't have to immediately file for LLC. You don't have to immediately join Chamber of Commerce or something. Like, just do some research on like how to do your thing, okay? The second way to get started is to do some planning, okay? So once I had my research together, then I had to do some planning. Research and planning kind of goes hand in hand, but there's a little bit more with planning. In regards to planning, I'm sure if you watched other business videos, they talk about your business plan. I'm not even necessarily talking about the business plan. That's something that's going to be important to do. Your business plan is always going to change anyway, but I'm more so thinking about how do I do what I want to do? What do I need to do? What things do I need to put in place? What materials do I need? How do I reach out to people? How do I get people to know about what I'm selling or about my service? How do I get clients? How do I get customers? Do I need to go to this restaurant and talk to these people about doing an event here? Do I need to talk to this company to see if they need this service? So, your planning is like, okay, well, how am I going to market? What materials do I need? That can be found on the webosphere as well, right? So this is just in a general sense, right? Again, I'm not planning how to do the LLC. I'm talking about the meat. The meat is important. The things that you're going to do in your business are so important. And I'll talk a little bit about why later on. But I'll go ahead and get to the third part of this. And I'm sure there are more. There are more than just 3 ways to get started. These are just my ways. But the third would be to tap into your networks. Okay? Tap into your networks. Part of me tapping into my network kind of went into my planning stages. I put on a like a, I won't say mock, but a trial paint party for a few of my friends just at my house. I didn't charge them, right? Shout out to you guys. Thank you for being a part of that. Shout out to my friends. But I did that. I think I mentioned this in research, but I went to a paint sip to see how that helped me figure out, okay, I need these supplies. It can structure it like this, right? But part of tapping into your network is to get the word out there that you're doing this thing. So once you've done your research, once you've done your planning, which I actually think my trial paint party kind of goes into the planning part instead of networking, then you can network and you can say, hey, I'm doing this. Now I had pictures of myself doing the paint party. Now I had a couple testimonials, right? Now I had an image. Okay. So sometimes when we have ideas, we keep them to ourselves and we don't put it out there. If you don't have people knowing about your business, you don't have any clients. If there aren't people who know about your product, you won't have customers, right? So you can't be secretive at this stage. If it's really something you want to do, you know, it's not like I'm just going to go in the lab and just plan until it's ready. No, like once you got to get clients. And one of the main reasons why you want clients in your preliminary stages is that you can build some revenue. So I won't go into too much. But I want to give you guys a general idea of those steps to take to like thrive in the beginning. Okay. So again, this is for small business owners, people who have a business idea, who would be a small business owner, startups, right? You're trying to start something. I want you to take that advice to get started. Now, I'm still learning so those are my 3. So again, research, planning, and networking. I'm sorry, I need to add some more to networking. So how do you network? You could do word of mouth. You don't even have to have business cards at this point. Because you could create a Facebook page. You can create an Instagram page. You can create a YouTube channel. Okay? So all of this is, and especially if you are a business where, let's say you're digital or your service, but you don't have products, or your service, or you can do this online. When you put yourself on the internet, you can service people from all over the country, maybe even internationally. So you have to network, you have to get the word out, you have to let people know what you're doing. Maybe if you have friends who like you might think would want your service, ask them, hey, can I, work with you on this? I'll give you a discount, or maybe it'll be free, right? So just, you want to build clients, of course, but maybe people who are close to you who can help you out. So those are ways to start. Now, of course, depending on your business, those 3 steps will probably be a lot more specific to you and your business. So of course, like I said, I am planning on, look at me staying in the planning stages. I'm planning on starting coaching soon, maybe some consultations soon. That'll be in the works. So look out for that. So if you have a business idea that you have not started and you have not started that business yet, be on the lookout and reach out to me once you see kind of, everything popping up. But yeah, just, some people refer to it as being a go-getter and being ambitious. But if this is something that you want to do, you do have to put yourself out there. So, yeah, I hope that helps. I really do. I really hope that helps people who are thinking. I'll have more videos to come in the future. There's so many different topics to talk about in regards to being a new business owner and starting your business and just the intricacies of creative based businesses. So I'm sure I'll be here a lot. And I'm really excited because this edit, so I filmed a different video. Again, you can get caught up in perfectionism. That's why I don't want you guys to get caught up in the I have this idea, but I don't know how to get started. I got to do this, I got to do that. I want you to break out of that stages just like I need to break out of those stages. So I did a video before. I was saying way too many you know, and I was like, I think I can get the video a little shorter too. So I think this one's a lot more clear and concise than the last video. So thank you for tuning in. If you have a question, I, I had a different word in my head and I was trying to say question. If you have a question or comment, feel free to comment in the comment section, of course. I'll try it later. I'm going to upload this and then probably edit later to provide some links and everything later in the description. But I will catch you all later on. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Bye.